Hello, Cypress. I'm Rob Johnson, your mayor here in the city of Cypress.
And I'm Mary Ellen Yark, Mayor Pro Tem for the city of Cypress.
This year, Measure P gives Cypress voters a chance to modernize our city government, how we publish our legal notices, fill a vacancy on city council, and set our election procedures.
The charter is the city's constitution, and it establishes some of the rules under which city council represents the city. Like our national or state constitution, the charter is a living document, and it needs to evolve and change with the times and with technology. And excluding just zoning changes, voters have updated it. They've updated the charter four times since 1956, most recently in 2004. That's why in early 2019, the City Council launched a comprehensive review of Cypress's nearly 70-year-old city charter, and we unanimously placed Measure B on the ballot.
First, Measure P updates an antiquated requirement to publish legal notices in the newspaper. Here's an example of what a legal notice looks like. When the rule was first written in 1956, 1 in every 3 households subscribed to a newspaper. Fast forward to 2020, the subscription rate has fallen to 1 in every 12 households. Newspapers are going out of business. Even if this wasn't the case, the City Council wants to find better ways to communicate with our residents. Last year, the city spent over $60,000 publishing these notices, and Measure P allows us to reallocate these funds on more transparent forms of communication, including the city's app. The city of Buena Park made a similar change to its charter a few years ago and reports positive results. Measure P gives the city the freedom to select the best ways to connect with residents.
Second, Measure P gives the city 30 extra days to fill a city council vacancy, potentially saving taxpayers $250,000, which is the cost of a special election. While Cypress hasn't had to face that challenge yet of trying to fill a vacant council seat, sooner or later it's going to have to. And that extra 30 days might give the city the time they need. It'll definitely give them more time to work with the community to identify, interview, and select a new council member. State law recognizes that city councils need more time to make such an important decision, and they actually provide 60 days to fill a vacancy before a special election. So Measure P gives Cypress a little more time to make this important decision, and it preserves the option to fill the vacancy with an election if that's our best option.
Measure P also protects the city from massive attorney fees if we are sued over our election procedure. Many cities around Cypress have recently moved from an at-large city council election to district elections because of the abusive special interest lawsuits. I hope this doesn't happen to Cypress, but if it does, Measure P will avoid the costly legal settlement and ensure Cypress residents, rather than the courts, decide how we elect our representatives to the city council.
Finally, I want to make sure that the voters know that Measure P does not make any changes to the term limits in Cypress. We have an unusual charter in that we have 8 years and then you're out for life. Like Measure P, term limits serve our community well, and the City Council supports them. Speaking from personal experience, 8 years is a long time to serve on City Council, and term limits guarantees that Cypress leadership gets regular infusions of new perspective and energy.
For the last 8 years, Mary Ellen and I have had the great honor to serve Cypress as a council member and also as a mayor. We've spent our time on council advocating for good government, protecting our tax dollars, and promoting transparency. Measure P does all of those good things.
Thanks, Rob. We haven't agreed on everything while we've been on City Council, but it's easy to agree about Measure P.